An earthquake of magnitude 6.3 on the Richter scale has struck the Abruzzo province in Italy. The epicenter of the earthquake was centered around the historic city of L'Aquila, situated 60 miles north of Rome. It is feared that up to 300 people may have died in last night's disaster. Whilst the earthquake is considered to be moderate in size, the timing of it means that more residents were at home during the quake. The earthquake occurred at 3:32 in the morning, meaning that most people were asleep indoors and therefore caught unawares with no opportunity to move to a safer area. A field hospital has been swiftly set up in a tent in the car park of the local hospital to cope with the large number of injuries caused by falling debris. Thousands of residents are suffering with bone fractures, particularly of arms and neck, which are consistent with self-defense injuries occurring as they struggled free from their crumbling homes last night. With thousands of buildings destroyed in the earthquake, the local authorities are currently making arrangements for up to 60,000 people to move into safer areas, either along the coast or in a series of tent cities, which are being set up on the outskirts of the devastated city. Italy is no stranger to seismic activity, as a series of north-south and east-west fault lines traverse the country. However, questions are being asked after last night's earthquake concerning the number of fatalities. L'Aquila is a beautiful 13th century city, with the town dominated by medieval architecture. However, what price has been paid to maintain the cultural heritage is being counted in lives now, as it becomes clear that the historical buildings crumble in the face of the earthquake. Whilst Italy has some of the most rigorous building standards in the world, and new buildings take seismic hazard assessments into account, the medieval buildings were not built to withstand tectonic movement and are extremely difficult to retrofit.
All the damages are due to the lack of implementation of what we know. There's again a lot of knowledge exists in strengthening and retrofitting. For example, when we do preservation of this cultural heritage, we put money for the architectural preservation of these monuments, but we are not putting money in the structural strengthening.
So this is to show that if you build in the right way, this is the result.
A series of earth tremors have been felt in the area for some weeks now, and it is perhaps surprising that in the light of this, more residents had not evacuated the area, fearing a larger earthquake was coming. However, it seems that only days before last night's disaster, a committee of earthquake scientists had gathered to assess the likelihood of a major earthquake in the area. The committee said they felt that although they could not rule out a major earthquake, their considered opinion was that the likelihood of one was remote. As the bodies of loved ones continue to be pulled from the rubble, questions are being asked about whether the advice of the scientists created a false sense of security for local residents. Aftershocks from the main earthquake continued to be felt in the region. For Catholic Italians, Easter is the most holy time of the year, and there are already mass burials planned for Good Friday. Pope Benedict is due to visit the stricken city in the coming days. This is Tullett live from L'Aquila in Italy, and now back to the studio.